What's up, everybody? It's your boy Norn Red 89 here, bringing you another video. But today, it's gonna be a little bit of a different video. I wanted this to be a more chill, relaxed, laid-back video. There's not gonna be a lot of editing or anything like this in this video, but this is more a video just to put out. As like I said, we are stepping into the new year. It is already the new year, so I hope you all had an awesome New Year's and everything. And I've done other videos on the channel, so go check out my Stranger Things videos that I've been doing and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of this video, this is kind of just a wellness, mental health checkup video, asking the audience members, my subscribers, and everyone out there, how are you all doing? Checking you up on since the last year, since 2025, after the holidays, which aren't always the greatest or the happiest times for everybody. Like I said, for this video, it's just asking you all, how are you doing? And also me opening up, talking about how I'm doing mentally and talking about how the holidays were as well. So let's get into this video. Roll it. So I promised myself on the channel, for me as a YouTube creator, that I wanted to do more videos like this in the future, just as, checking up and talking, just a small talk video, more connective with the audience and everything, and letting you all know also where I'm at mentally and everything like that. So just a kind of fun video that's more laid back and everything. Like I said, not so much editing, but more honest, more open, and more talking. And be sure to shout out down below in the comment section, how was your New Year's? How was your Christmas? How are you feeling from the holidays? And now with the new year, and we've actually gone through with our first full week of the new year, how are you feeling? So this is one thing I wanted to do, and this is also an idea that was kind of sparked by Nick from the Lost River Drive-In. So be sure to go over to the Lost River Drive-In and give Nick a sub, because for real, that was somebody who really kind of sparked this idea in my head. And this is always something that I've been wanting to do on the channel, but I just never bit the bullet on it. And I promised myself that going into 2026, I want to do a few more videos like this throughout the year. And like I said, these are just kind of going to be more laid back videos. And let me tell you right now how my holidays were. Christmas and Thanksgiving were awesome. I hosted at my house, my wife and I, and we had all the family members over. So like 15 to 16 people in our home. We cooked Thanksgiving dinner. I worked the night of Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's just holiday pay it's too hard to turn that down sometimes. But for Christmas and Christmas Eve, for us, Christmas Day is kind of more of just a chill, relaxed day, hang out with your presents and not really do anything except for watch Christmas Day basketball. And then Christmas Eve is our party day. That's our, the day we eat, the day we open up our gifts and everything like that. So that's kind of what we typically do in the Mayer household for Christmas Eve. And then Thanksgiving, like I said, we had the family over and we just had, the party, everybody ate and stuff. But when it comes to New Year's is just kind of like another day for me. I went to work. I worked that night, so I rang in the New Year at work, watching fireworks from my neighborhood across the street. So yeah, for me, as somebody, when it comes to the New Year's holiday, as I've never been that big on it. There are times where, like when I was younger, I really was. But as I've gotten older, I want to say since I was like 21, New Year's Eve has never really been that big a deal for me at this point in time. Like I'm always more excited to get holiday pay for New Year's Eve than anything else. So yeah, but in terms of you all out there and just talking to people and being honest, is the holidays aren't always the best time for people. Sometimes the holidays are a time for, mourning or a time for loss, because it's a sad time. Maybe everybody doesn't have as many family or friends, or they don't have a home. Some people don't have a home. They're homeless, you know what I mean, out there. Or there's some people out there that just don't feel that good, or they feel depressed during the holiday time. And I just want to tell you all out there that it's okay, you know what I mean, to be human, to let yourself feel sad or be depressed or be upset. That just means you're human. That's okay. There is really nothing wrong with that. I just want you all to know that we are together. There are other people out there. We are a community. Even the horror community here online, or my YouTube community of friends that are people I've never met in person but are some of the closest friends I have in terms of friends, because I talk to them on a daily basis and we talk about all these stuff that we like and everything. So it's like the community you build there, but also your family and everything, and their community in your neighborhood and stuff. Don't be afraid to just lend a hand to somebody, because like I said, there are hard times, and a lot of people going into the new year, sometimes that's a very stressful thing, especially if they didn't feel like they accomplished everything they wanted to do in the previous year, or if the previous year was a very hard year and they went through a lot of stresses and trials and tribulations. It's very hard, because as a person you think, yes, we made it through another year, but what's going to come next? What is next? What are we going to do for the next year? So, just try to have a plan, be positive. That's always one thing I preach to my kids or family or friends or anybody, is positive thinking and positive vibes can go a very long way. I know it sounds stupid. It sounds so simple and it sounds so stupid, but I'm telling you, sometimes positive vibes and positive thinking can go a long way, because if you spend too much time thinking about what you can't do or what is negative or what's hurting you, that's going to just make you more depressed and put you in a negative space. And I feel like thinking, like I said, positive thinking, that puts you in a motivation to go into a positive mode and actually step forward and make progression instead of regression. Now, of course, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a professional, mental health expert or nothing like that. I am literally just a YouTuber. I am a human. I'm a male. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. And literally, I'm just a person. But I'm talking to you all from my perspective in terms of what I do or what I'm feeling or what happens to me, or like said, what goes on. So for me, the main thing is that I've always dealt with depression. It was something that I dealt with more as a child, and also addiction. Going into college, I was really fighting addiction, and going into my, early 20s and mid 20s, addiction was a heavy part of my life, and that's something that I always fight, and it's something that's kind of always with you. It's just like an ugly cousin. It's always with you. At some point, you have to accept that fact, and I've accepted that fact, and I talk about it and everything, and that's what I mean talking about it, being open, being honest. That just means you're human, because none of us in this world are perfect. Not a single person on this planet is perfect, and I can tell you that for a fact. So it's like everybody has their own nuances, their own depth, their own character, and their own personalities, and just being open and telling people that, like I said, sometimes just being able to listen. I work at a gas station, and I'm a gas station clerk, and there's so many customers that come into my work, and I notice that they just need somebody to listen. For real, a lot of people just want to vent, or they want to talk, or they want to just open up and say things, and that's all. And that can go a long way. But like I said, also positive vibes and positive thinking. But if you need any more help or anything like that, like I said, there are hotlines. There are people out there, mental health experts or physical therapy experts or doctors, like I said, people that are licensed out there to help you with these struggles. But I'm telling you right now, like I said, as a person, as a YouTube creator, a gas station attendant worker, a father of 3 kids, a husband, a son, that everybody's going through it. There are problems and trials and tribulations going on in everyone's life, but we are not alone. As long as you talk to people, you open up to people, and you acknowledge the fact that, like I said, you're not okay, that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you're a weak person. That doesn't mean anything. It just means you are honest and you are a real person. And I'd rather you, as a subscriber, a fan, a friend, a family, anybody, I'd rather you be a real person than somebody that's fake. I don't want to go into too much of a negative route, or like I said, getting too serious, but this is a serious video. I want this video to be taken seriously, but like I said, I don't want this to be a sour, dour note on anyone's, day or anything like this. I want this to be a happy thing. This is something to talk about, like I said, to be open and honest with your community, your family, your friends, and just finding that niche of what is you, you know what I mean? Finding out, when you be honest with yourself and you're talking about what are difficult things that are struggles or what bothers you, you actually find out more about yourself. And that's the best thing in this world, because life is too short and life is hard. And if you could know yourself just a little bit more, that'll be a great thing, because the next day will be even better. And the next day after that will be even better, because to learn to love oneself is the best thing, because then you can love others and you can share that love with your community and your family and your friends. So thanks for sticking around with me all for this video. Like I said, I promise on the channel to you all my subscribers that there will be a few more videos like this on the channel, where it'll just be mental health checkup videos, or talking about what's going on, or major events, or just anything that happens in my life, and I want to be open with you all and talk about it. I want to do more videos like this on the channel, just to be more, real. Like I said, we don't have to talk about horror movies all the time, and music and production companies and money. Sometimes just talking about the real down home life of what's going on in reality is more interesting and more honest. And that's what I want to do on this channel, is present and do more videos like this. But please like the video. That definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And also, like I said, go over to the Lost River Drive-In Nick, because that is the one main person who kind of sparked the idea of, like, you know what, it's okay to do videos like this. Because like I've always had this kind of on the back burner in my head, thinking about I want to, but Nick from the Lost River Drive-In was the first person who kind of did it, and I love watching his channel. He's a great Halloween franchise aficionado, so if you like Halloween franchise content, go over to his channel too as well. But like I said, he was the first person that kind of dropped a video and sparked that idea in my head. It's like, it's okay to do a video like this, something different from the channel. I don't care if it takes off, but I really want this video to take off, because like I said, it's more honest, more down to earth, and just being real with you folks. But most importantly, you all know what's up all the time. Have a safe and happy day out there. Peace out.